Hi everyone, it's Karen Jean from Ex Libris Crafts and welcome back to my channel. I hope the sound is okay. I have the air conditioner going and it's a window unit, so you might hear that in the background and I apologize. What I thought we would do today is we're going to do some crafting with me videos. I always have a dark spot over here, I'm sorry. Turn on another light. Crafting with me videos, and what I've done is I want to make a summer flamenco journal. I covered this. I was going to make a second poo journal, but I picked the wrong. I love this fabric, but to me this is not a poo green. This is a summer flamenco green, and I have here. This is. I pulled out some things that I think maybe we might put in it. Here we go. Just some stickers. Those. This because of that parrot. This is pretty paper that I already had. Might use that. Here I have some flamenco little die cuts and stuff. And that because, I don't know, maybe a hibiscus flower or something. I'm not quite sure what a hibiscus flower looks like, but that to me says flamenco. So anyway, so what I'm doing now, I haven't even pulled out papers or anything to start signatures because I want to decorate the cover before I start. And so what I have is I have some of this flamenco fabric here. And what I was thinking about is cutting either this one out or this one out. I have to make sure you guys can see. Sorry, guys. Cutting out one of these two and putting it down on the cover to start things. I also have what I got at the Dollar Tree, and I take them apart, is the Hawaiian lays. So let me pull those out. So I pull them apart. Here we go. So I have blue and green and purple, and I have a couple other things in here too. I also have a lei that I have not yet pulled apart, which is pink hibiscus. So maybe we'll use that. I don't know, but those flowers are rather large. And what has given me the idea for this journal, as I'm scooting all over my craft space here, is this is a little one that I had made a while ago. It's little. It is 3.5 by 6. I used some 6x6 papers in it. I had 6x6 pad and 1.5 inch spine. And so I'll take you through this one real quick. I haven't, obviously, there's nothing there. I'm not quite sure this is done or not, but so there's this little one and with these 6x6 papers. And let's see how many. I don't even know how many pages it has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is a pocket. 9, 10, 20, 40, 80. So 80 pages plus. So this is, I call this a Key West journal. As you can see, I have the center, it's 2 signatures, and the signature center for the first one is a map of Key West, and the center for the second one is a map of the Florida Keys. So that's why I call this a Key West journal. Just, you know, some beachy scenes, lined paper, a couple of pockets, maps. Oh, and well, that's not an Ernest Hemingway quote, but there are the quotes inside are from Ernest Hemingway, who was a very famous Key West resident. So, and here there's a little flamencos, just a pull away little journal, notepad. that the pages are not sewn down, so you can use them up and then replace them. That's in there. So this one is, here's another Hemingway quote. There is nothing noble in being superior to your fellow man. True nobility is being superior to your former self. I like that. Just little doily pockets with a little notepad there. It's just a basic little journal. The thing is that it is little. So this is what I was thinking of. Obviously, it's the Flamingo fabric cover. And why I made this is because I pulled out this fabric to make some masks for a friend of mine a few months ago when we started doing the mask making, because she loves flamingos. And then I just went to town a little bit on that little, I guess, Key West travel journal is what we can consider it. But I don't know if it's done yet, and so it's just been sitting over there in my bucket. But anyway, so back to this. So that is what has me going on this, and of course there's so many flamingo things out there at the moment. So I'm trying to figure out which one of these I'm going to use, and what I'm going to do is I am going to use the Heat and Bond Light and iron it. You could just cut out the flamingos. Sorry, there's a little bit of a sparkly there. You could just cut out the flamingos and glue them down, but I'm going to iron it down. So I do want to decorate the cover first. So all right, so I know that I'm going to put a flamingo there. So what else am I going to put there? It is. What else am I going to put there? Like that one, should I put some nice trim on the side? Let me find some. There's that one. That's a little bit too fancy for flamingos in my mind's eye. Let me just pull out my white crochet trims. And yeah. So the question is, which one do we want to use? And then I also have thin ribbon that could also be glued down on the top of it, as was in the other journal. There's this one, which is scallopy, so that could be kind of like seashells, right? Just the scallops as opposed to flowery like these. These are all flowery. And this one is just flat itself. So I guess we'll use that one. That was an easy decision. Put these back. Okay, I'm going to pause this now, and I'm going to go over to the ironing board, get this ironed onto some Heat and Bond, cut it out, and figure out which one I'm going to use, and I'll be back. See you in a few. Okay, I'm back, and as you can see, the desk is a mess. So let me show you what I've done thus far. So this is the flamingo that I chose, that one. I ironed it down, and then I traced around it with some liquid pearls, black liquid pearls, to kind of seal that edge and to give it a little dimension. I glued down the scalloped trim, and I also added that thin piece of ribbon. I just wanted to get this started. I don't think this is anywhere near as done decorated, and I will finish that up when I'm done with the journal, as is my usual modus operandi. But then what I've also done, I'm just going to put that aside, is I've started pulling out papers, going through all my papers to see, trying to figure out how I'm going to do this and what I want to do. So I will take you through that. Let's move these all over. Okay, so these, I have these books. I like it because they're bright white, word search and crossword puzzles, and they're always fun to put in. This says Beaches of Florida, so what I think I'm going to do is I will put that on in there as a pocket. That'll flip down with the clues, and whoever, you can play. And here's crossword puzzles, and I'll probably do that also in second signature. I am thinking I'm doing 3 signatures. I'm just going to put those aside for now. In one, this is a white paper treat bag, or I don't know what they're called. This is from Celebrate It. Treat bags, yeah. So I just cut off the bottom. I had this napkin, which I adhered using the cling wrap method, and I'm going to have to go around and touch that up with some glue. Let me try that now. This is one of those little bottles, and I have some Fabrifix in here because it's a very narrow nozzle, just to have a little bit more control when I'm using it and smaller applications like this, except that the Fabrifix doesn't like to be in such a bottle with such a small nozzle, and it's very difficult to get out initially. So I recommend this only if you really need to. See, I'm squeezing with all my might. Just getting it just for a little bit, because with the other bottles, the larger bottles, I usually wind up having some kind of volcanic eruption. There. So, and I just did this to decorate the bag. What this is going to do is this is going to go inside one of the signatures, and it'll be folded in half. See if I can fold it in half to make a tiny little gusseted side pocket for that. Trim that down. Okay, so there's that. Now, oh, and see, it has a little bit of eruption on this one. Now, what I also have here is I found these are invitations. Aren't they fun? I found this at a thrift store, so I think it would be perfect for this journal as a pocket, and then pull this out for journaling space. I'm just going to have to cover that up with something, so that also will go in one of the signatures, but that's not going to get sewn in. Why am I having such trouble with this? Hello, come on, there we go. It's not going to get sewn in. It's just going to get placed in, so I'm going to place it over here with those. This is going to get sewn in. All right, and these are the papers I've pulled out. I have some composition book paper here, college ruled, so I'll put a couple of pages of this in each signature. And then these are papers that I dyed myself. Here we have like an aqua blue with the sparklies, the iridescent medium. Here's a blue with the purple iridescent medium, green, which I do not think has iridescent medium on it because I just did the green and I can't find my bottle of iridescent medium. Go figure. It's what happens when you clean up. You lose things. It's around here somewhere. And then this is yellow, very pale, not very discernible, and then 3 pages of pink. So that's, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I only do 1 sheet, that'll be 7, 8. I might put 2 sheets, 9, 10. And then what I only pulled out 2. I can't decide if I'm doing 2 or 3 signatures. Before we saw this watermelon paper, I only have 2 sheets of this left, I think. I don't think, oh no, I have another one. Hold on. Fabulous. So I'll make these the signature covers, because that's fun. All right, so these will be the signature covers. And then I thought this is cardstock. These can be the signature centers. And because they're heavy cardstock, I can build and make them pockets and stuff. But I'm going to need to add another one of these. These are also just different papers. This I got at Joann Fabrics. It's their Place and Time paper crafting. They have this over in their paper crafting section, usually in bins. Everything there, like this, is $2.49, and it's been buy one get 2 free. So, but here's some Flamingo paper and or the coordinating stuff with the pineapple. So I can use this for ephemera and stuff. And then I also just pulled out these, which I got at Tuesday morning, the Amy Tangerine, because I might use something here again for ephemera, and this one, the Horizon Pink Paisley. Again, maybe I'll use something in here for ephemera, although probably not. Probably not. So I have those pulled. And I realized afterwards, I know I said this looks flamingo-y to me, but this is from Taylor's, which is a Scottish company. Oh, Taylor's of Harrogate. North Yorkshire. So maybe it's thistle? I'm not quite sure what this is. I'm not quite sure what that is. But anyway. So this is what I have so far. I need to get another piece for the signature, for another signature center. So let me pull out that paper pad again, and let's see if we can find one. This is the Birds and Butterflies, which I got at, this is also I got it Tuesday morning. So, oh, excuse me, get this cord out of our way. Okay, so I have those two, and I think, just want to make sure, I'll pull it up a little bit. I had pulled out a piece and then I changed my mind. I had pulled out this piece, but I changed my mind because I'm not quite sure. The color is okay, but the style, that background style there, I'm not quite sure it goes with the theme, if you know what I'm saying. So I could use this one. Why don't we just use that one? There we go. Okay. And if you want a little flip through here, some of these, about half of these papers have sparklies on them and half do not. I love that, the purple flowers. So there's 2 of each sheet. This is a bit of all of it, borders. Pretty. I love this pad as well. I love that. Black background with the birds. So this is that in pink. That's the background of that other sheet. Don't know. It's a pretty color, but it's a little bit too fussy, I think. A little bit too flower. That's pretty. The yellow, I was thinking of using the yellow, but I'll keep with the birds. So there we go. Okay, I'll put this away. So now it's just a matter of trimming everything down to 8.5 by 11 and putting together the signatures. So I'll be back. Okay, I'm back once again. I don't have them organized yet, but they're all folded in half. Now remember, I said I was going to put this in one of the signatures as a gusseted pocket. So I pulled out a couple of envelopes that can go in the other signatures for pockets. But then I also remembered that I was watching a video. Gosh, I don't remember who did it. Where I made a gusseted pocket in the Winnie the Pooh journal. Let's take a look. So I think maybe what I can do is I can go back, I think it's back here. Here it is. It's like a coin pocket. And do this again with, and I just realized I have the radio on, which I never have on when I'm doing videos. So I could do that instead of those envelopes. Do these. So I think that's probably what I'll do, is make 2 of those for the others, and I might still use those envelopes in some other way, but I like that coin pocket that I made, and when I come to that part I'll remember where I saw the video and we can make that together. As I scooch back across. Oops. Okay, so let's put these aside as well and get this out of the way. Okay, and oops, sorry, I'm just trying to make sure everything's in frame, but I see that there's the glare from the lights. Let's see if I can turn this one off. And turn that one off. Does that make it better? Let's see. Oh, you still see the glare? Do you still the glare? Yeah. Oh. But maybe it's not as bad. I don't know. What do you guys think? Maybe if I put a different filter on it. Well, this is what we're doing for now. Okay, so the 3 signatures. Now this is going to be the signature center, and this is going to be the outside. And that's not a sticker, that's printed on the paper, so I'll probably do a pocket or something to cover that up. But so that's the signature cover, and here we have the papers. Echo off. There we go. Turn that off. So all these different colors, very pretty, very pretty, very pretty, and 2 of these. And this is the center. So, oh look, is it ripping? That'll be fun. We can patch it. I like patching it. I made one journal where the paper was really torn, so I patched it with a different color. It was very nice. Came out nice. Okay. All right, well, this looks fine. I mean, it's in no particular order, right? Maybe separate these guys. The 2 blues over there. Okay, so what do we have? Pink, blue, or that might be more aqua, yellow, green, purple. Yeah, that's blue. And the signature center, which is the yellow birds. And then we have these 2 pages of lined paper. Do we even need them in there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's already 8 pages. It's going to be built up. I'm putting in 3 signatures, and the spine isn't that big. I think it's a 2-inch spine. A 2-inch spine. What do you think? Should I be putting in more pages or not? I'm leaning towards not putting these in because they feel kind of incongruous when all is said and done. So I'm going to put those aside. So there's that one. And now for this one. Put this aside. Oh. And actually, I could make 2 more of these and use different envelopes. I mean, listen to me, different paper. This is palms, which is, you know, southern. I have more of those napkins. I could use those. I bought these lemons. Kind of go with the watermelons, but I'm not too sure. Nothing else that I have really screams southern summer. I mean, these clouds, but they have those birds on them, so that's not going to work. I love all these napkins. I get them at Tuesday morning, and they're all made by this same person, right? The same company. Michel Design Works. Michel. French. And they're very pretty, but... So there's those. Let me see. And of course there's the original that I was thinking of using. Let me pull one of those out. There's this one. And like, well, I can make one with that. Okay. The colors are right. And you know what I can do? This one has both on the same side. I can get another one of these and do this on one side and this on the other side. We could do it that way. That's an idea, right? Because I don't have a third one that I think would be appropriate. I have a couple of, let me find them, beach themes, but oh, I don't know. What do you think? For some reason, it's not, this one is shells and one is seashore. For some reason, it's not really saying, you know, Southern Florida, Flamingos, Key Westy, or whatever. Let's see if I can get them open. The style, I guess it's because the style. Like here we have the watermelon and the style of the watermelon. This does not go. And neither does that one. So that's what we're stuck with. Okay, all that, you see what I go through. Decisions. So I'll make 2 more of these bags, and I will make them not the same like this, but this on one side and the flowers on the other side. And I'll be back. And I'm back again and change the plans. First I realized that I hadn't covered the inside of the cover, so we're gonna have to do that, and I've chosen just to use a plain color cardstock because it'll be built up. And also I remembered that I had plain gift bags, treat bags that I had bought, so I'm going to use these instead, and we can build up on those if we want. I mean, I can cut that out and decorate them if we decide to do that. So now the question is, which one of these bags is going to go with which inside? Not that it really matters because they're not going to be next to the signature centers. So oh, it's not going to matter. I'll stick the pink one over here, the purple one here, and this one will go in here. Okay, so where am I going to put this one? Make sure it's folded in half. Ugh. And where shall we put this one? Like somewhere in the middle. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Somewhere in the middle. See, that alone is going to bulk it out. Okay, that one's done. Let's put this one together. Let's do 1, 2, 3. Let's do the pink there. 4. Do the bag by that. Fold that in half. Okay. We don't want it. Oh, here we go. I notice a problem. Let me pull out the yellow one and put the blue one. And put that there. There. And there. So that's the second signature. First signature, second signature. And let's do the third signature. Get rid of these guys. Start blue, aqua, yellow, green, pink bag. Pink bag, purple, pink, blue, and center. Okay, so here are our 3 signatures. Let me clip them together and set them aside. Now, to get this done, I'm just going to cut this 8.5 by 11 sheet in half, and I might have to trim it down a little bit more, but so 5.5. And I've discovered, I think that I might have to replace the blade on my cutter or something, because I discovered that if I cut outside of the paper going into the paper, I frequently make a mess, but if I start it in the middle somewhere of the paper and cut up and down, then it is much less messy. Okay, so these are fine. They just need to be trimmed down a little bit. I will trim them down half an inch or so. That's fine, right? And so you see I'm placing it on the paper and going up and down. That way I don't have any shredding or tearing. Okay. So I will put them down here. I just realized that I thought I wanted to put silver clips on the corners. I guess I'm not doing that. That's fine. All right, so then I have to figure out what I'm going to place down the middle as well. But for now, let's get this glued in, shall we? And I am going to use Fabrifix. This bottle's almost empty because I'm gluing it onto the fabric. I'm sure the art glitter glue would be just as fine, but I'll use the silicone glue instead of the Yes. All right, let's try the Fabri-Tac instead. I think there's more in this bottle. So, how's everybody doing on this summery weather? It's a Sunday here in southeastern Pennsylvania, and our high temperature today is going to be 98 degrees, if not hotter. So, yes, we're staying inside. The air conditioner's running. Got my electric bill the other day. Almost had a heart attack with that one. Here we go. But, you know, with the air conditioner running all the time and the TV on all the time, usually more than one TV. You know, my grandson, who is away at camp at the moment, so it's nice and quiet, but he's, you know, playing his Fortnite. I think he plays with his friends, so that's always on. And my brother, who has some medical issues of his own, which is why he's living with me, because he's considered to be disabled at this point. There's not much he can do, so he's usually watching TV as well. Okay, place that on there. Try to get it centered around. Gosh, I hope that's dry. Yeah, the paint's dry. Otherwise, I'd have a mess. And then what would I do? Okay, let's do this one. Yeah. Just want to get this in, and we'll sew the signatures in, and we will call it a video. Call it a done video. Make sure it's around the corners. I usually use which probably is why I also have a mess, is like when I get the glue out, then I use the tip to spread it around a little bit. So, which leaves more glue on the tip. Get that up. That's about. Okay. Now, what to use as the center. Now, I had bought this fabric, this flamenco fabric and this green fabric, because I was making a quilt for my friend who likes flamingos. I bought the fabric a while ago, and needless to say, the quilt never made it very far. Not yet, because I lost my space. I've lost my sewing room and my quilting, my crafting area for so long. So now I need to figure out, and I'm going to place a piece of fabric in here. I don't want to put paper in there because I don't want it to rip or tear or have crunchies or whatever. So, and this is a cereal box. The spine is double the thickness of the cardboard, and to give it extra, strength. And then it's also, as you can see, not only glued down but taped down with Tyvek tape to reinforce that as well. So now I need to find something for, let me take a look at my bucket. I usually put this type of fabric in the signatures too, just to add some kind of, see, here's big pieces of it. Oh, here's 2 pieces. To add a little bit more softness and texture. I could cut another piece, I suppose, and stick that in there. Or not. It doesn't have to be in every journal I make. I'm going through my, oh, here's more flamingo fabric. I suppose I could always do that. I could always do that for the center as well. Although this pink against that pink does not go, so we're not going to do that. La la la. All right, let me go find something. I'll be back. Okay, I just decided on a piece of just the regular fabric. So let's see if we can get this. I'm gonna get glue all over my fingers. Okay, here we go. I need my hand. See if I can get the glue off of my fingers, which I cannot do at the moment. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Glue. There it goes. Ugh. Alright, there's another blob of glue right there. Trying to get it pretty close to the edge here. Though I use the pinking shears on the fabric so that if it does fray, it won't fray that much. I'm making a right mess because this bottle is almost empty. I should probably open a fresh one. See how I'm just kind of blobs. Yeah, I think it's time for a new bottle of glue. So I'm squeezing the life out of it. Jeez. glues on. You know, I don't really mind glue on my fingers that much, but sometimes it just really bothers me. I don't know if my fingers are more sensitive or what, but, and of course I did not measure to see if that was in the center. Oh, jeez Louise. Yeah, there's a big glob of glue right there. One thing about the silicone glues is that, as I always say, they're like rubber cement, so they do come off your fingers just by rubbing. Oof. And off of the fabric by rubbing too. Okay. That's fine. Ugh. And what I also did was I had that second flamingo that I had cut out when I was deciding, so I put it there. I ironed it to the bottom of the spine, which means that I'm not going to be covering the spine, although I suppose I could always take it off, because sometimes I have my little, not my little, I have a lot, I'll cover a spine with rhinestones. Have that fuchsia, which would not go, the blue, which would not really go. I could do the silver, or the black would go very nicely. All right. The black would go nicely. See. But and also I could just do a band. Maybe I'll do that, and I'll just do a band up here on the spine. That's probably what I'll do. And the silver, I have silver, of course, but I'm not doing that. Okay, so I have a 2-inch spine. Oh, gosh. I have, here I go zooming around the craft room again, my spine templates. And this I got from, this idea I got from Dear Julie, where she makes templates for her spines, which makes it so much easier instead of, you know, having to do it all the time. Okay, so this is my standard. And what do we have here? No, that's not going to fit that one. 2-inch spine, 8.5-inch high, 6 by 9. No, this one. Because this book is 8.5, almost. Yeah, the papers shrink a little bit when you wet them and dye them. So 8.5 by 6. It's by 6 by with the 2-inch spine. So 8.5-inch high, 2-inch spine, 3 signatures. I have them all nicely marked out on the graph paper. Make sure that fits in there all nicely. Get it straight. And I will mark it with my black Sharpie, and then I will use my Crocodile Big Bite. So there, 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 there. Hello, Bella. Bella is my pitiful pit bull of a dog. Trust me, she's so pitiful. We have her on medication because of her anxiety. She cannot abide like lawnmower noises and things like that, so she's usually inside all day, every day. Refuses to go outside, although if I go outside to go do something in the garden, I tell her, come outside. Are you coming? Are you coming? She refuses to come outside. And then the moment I go outside and close the door, she starts carrying on like you would not believe. Okay, I use my Big Bite here because it's so much easier. So much easier. And I use it on the larger hole, the 3/16. Now, because I'm not covering this, I might want to put grommets. Oh, for some reason, sometimes it doesn't cut all the way through in one spot. So I have to use my scissors. I don't know why it does that. And again, it didn't. I can feel it catching underneath. Okay. Now flip it around. Yeah. Okay. And I might use this one to set the grommets. Oh no, I can't use that one to set the grommets. I'll have to use the big bite to set the grommets too on the spine. Get all those little pebbles out of the way. And now to clean up the mess it left. See? You see the bits it leaves behind for me to just snip off. Come on. And I don't know if that's because of the Tyvek tape that it does that. Doesn't like to. Oh, look, I did pretty good on the Flamingo. Now I'm thinking that before I sew in the signatures, I should outline that Flamingo with the paint like I did on this one, just to kind of seal it in place. I accidentally hit that with the iron right there. Okay. Now, I used black for that one on the cover. I have these colors as well. That pink is wrong. It's gonna. I could use that one, which is more of a salmon color. Yellow, but yellow would. With neon brights, yellow would not match at all. I mean, yellow would go with the fabric, but not with that Flamingo. Not to seal the Flamingo. So, and of course there's always white, but I don't want to do white. We did black on this one. Put the green away, get lost. I think I'm going to do black again because I think if I do this one, it'll get lost. It'll get lost with the bird. So, let's see. Okay. Let's see if I can do this. My head might get in the way and I apologize if it does. But my vision is so poor. I do wear glasses. But I'm very nearsighted. So frequently when it comes to close work like this, I take my glasses off and get my face right up next to it so that I can see what I'm doing. I wonder how many of you have that same experience. I'm trying to do just a thin bead. I didn't quite make it there. Here we go. And I'm trying to keep the tip off of the book itself so that it just is a nice thin bead, kind of laying it down as I go. Although this here looks like it's a little too fat. Well, sometimes I'm successful, Right there. That seems to be a success. Sometimes I'm not. Et voila. Et voila. All right, so that's going to have to dry, so I can't sew in the signatures until that dries. So I think we'll call this a video. Come back next time as we sew in the signatures. I could start putting in the grommets, but I don't want to run the risk of messing up that paint, and knowing me, I would mess up that paint. But what we can do is, let me pull them out and see. Okay, so I pulled this one out because I have pinks in here, but they're muted pinks. This is more of a mauve, and these are, I like the wide ones. Those are wide, those are nice, but that's not gonna go because they're muted and mauvey. Okay, those aren't gonna go. Now I have here, these are regular ones. I have 2 different color greens. So, well, actually I have 3 different color greens. And I could use all 3 different colors if I wanted to, although they're kind of going to disappear, aren't they? Kind of gonna. Listen to me. Yeah, I speak good English. I speak good English. Or I can use the coppery ones. Coppery ones are pretty. There's also a matte finish gold. No, that's kind of getting lost too. Or, so no, I guess it's going to be the coppery ones. I guess it's going to be those. Unless I do the darker green. Put it in there. See? Here we go. I will show you the different ones. Those are the, although those 2 greens look the same. The copper, although maybe not the copper, because there's going to be too much copper. And when I'm going to have the black and the silver as a band, nope. Okay, here we go. I think I should probably do the dark green. The dark green. And I don't have black. I wonder if I can go buy black. I wonder if they sell black ones. They must sell black ones, don't you think? Oh, here's a different color green. Look at that one. Those are 2 different colors. So my head is popping in the way. Right? Those are 2 different colors. Let's see what we got. This is a different green. Do it this way, but then what's going to happen when I come down here to this flamingo itself? This is a lighter green than that one. This is the darkest of the lot. Then this one is even lighter. This one is almost, oh, no, those are 2 different colors. Oh, gracious. Now, if I was, I don't know, I was going to say if I was clever, maybe not clever, but it's something else, I could always do it. I think, I don't know how many different color greens I have here. I could do, is this that color? No. It's not that color either. That's a whole different color green. Nope, it's not that one. Oh, gracious. Are they the same? I don't know if you can tell or not. It is extremely, they're so close together in color. Let's take a look. Tell? I don't know if you can tell, but I don't think I have another green. I think that's it. I think I just have 4 greens. Right? Glue. Yeah, that's that one. So, and then I guess I could do that one on the bottom again. If I can find those. Okay, well, I'm gonna let this dry. I'll put the grommets in and I'll sew in the signatures. I'm gonna do that all off camera. And when we meet again, we're gonna start decorating. Thanks for joining me. Actually, I am taking that back. I am not going to sew in the signatures off camera because some of you might like to know how that is done. So I will do that on camera. Let me find one more green. But I'm going to let this dry and put the grommets in off camera. And then when I come back, we'll sew in the signatures together and then we'll start doing the decorating. Thanks for joining me. I hope you're having a little fun. I hope you're being inspired. I can't talk anymore. I apologize. We are only limited by our imaginations. Let yours run wild. I'll talk to you soon.